Once upon a time, in a world made of brightly colored clay, there lived a pirate named Pete. He was friendly and warm. His first mate was a parrot named Polly, with emerald, sapphire, and ruby feathers. She was his best friend. They lived aboard the Claymore, a ship sculpted with care. Wooden planks, white sails, a feather that wobbled when he laughed. Pete loved the sea. Their days were filled with simple, happy routines. They shared clay bananas and crackers. They told stories, friendly sea monsters and clouds. Yet a drum of adventure beat in his heart. He dreamed of following ancient maps to forgotten islands. A new chapter awaited. With determination, they set sail. Polly flew to the crow's nest to be the lookout. Their grand quest had begun. The lost treasure of Glimmering Grotto. And so they began, hearts full of hope. On a particularly sunny morning, the yellow clay sun seemed to smile. Pete rummaged through an old sea chest looking for his spyglass. Instead, his fingers brushed something crinkly. He pulled out a crumpled piece of tan clay parchment. Faint lines and strange symbols were etched across it. It was a treasure map. Polly flew down and pecked at a funny palm tree doodle. Not a doodle. A map to the lost treasure of Glimmering Grotto. A tale whispered in every clay tavern. The map was filled with riddles, not a straight line to an X. The first clue, a rock face with a single tear. Their minds began to whir. Ready for a challenge, they set a course. They were off, sailing for 3 whole days. Soft shapes drifted by.
Polly cried. Land ho, sad rock ahead.
The weeping rock stood before them. They rowed ashore into turquoise water. A steady stream trickled from one eye socket. Polly tasted salt and nudged a stone. The stone settled. The weeping rock became a giggling geyser. Behind the former fall, a hidden cave appeared. Etched inside, a crab playing a tiny drum. Their next clue. Happy they left. The quest continued. Following the crab clue, they sailed to Sonata Sands. The sand was shimmering pink. A rhythmic tapping welcomed them. Dozens of delightful crabs were playing a percussive tune. Pete tapped along. Polly bobbed in time. A larger crab clicked as if to greet them. They shifted into a complex rhythm, a musical riddle. Pete realized he had to replicate the rhythm. He found 2 smooth stones to tap. With Polly's encouragement, he tried until he got it right. The conch opened to reveal a pearl etched with a kelp knot. On the pearl, a tangled seaweed knot. The next clue. They prepared to leave for the kelp maze. Back on course. Hearts light, map updated. Polly longed for new shades of green and blue. A deep green hinted at the next challenge. The kelp maze loomed, a labyrinth beneath the waves. Pete felt stuck. Polly had a plan. From above, Polly found paths through the kelp. Pete rowed, Polly guided, 1 paddle, 1 wing flap at a time. Together they made it through. In the heart of the maze, they found a clearing full of dolphins. Deep in the kelp maze, a sunlit clearing shone. Graceful gray dolphins played in the cove. A large dolphin pointed toward the seabed. Far below, a barnacle-covered chest lay on the seabed. The dolphin lowered its back, an offer of help.
He slid on. Polly cheered. Be brave, Pete.
The dive was silent and magical. He slid off and approached the sleepy chest. It was sea-worn, sea-locked, and full of mystery. He thanked his new friend. The chest was sealed with a 3-dial picture lock. Icons: rock, crab, fish, tear, smile, music. They'd have to remember everything. Weeping rock, crab orchestra, kelp maze.
Sad rock, crabby music, kelp knot.
Pete smiled. The answer was in their journey. Dial 1, rock. Dial 2, crab. Dial 3, smile. The final meaning of their quest. With a loud click, the lock sprang open. Inside, a single ornate frame holding a mirror. He saw his own smiling reflection. Etched on the back were the words, "Across land and sea, through riddles and fun, the greatest treasure is the friend you have won." Pete read the words and everything shifted. The riddles, the help, the laughter. It all led here. The mirror reflected not riches, but their friendship. He smiled, truly smiled. He angled the mirror to catch sunlight. A spark of light reached for Polly. Polly tilted her head, understanding. With help, he swam up, heart light. He climbed back into the dinghy, mirror in hand. He showed Polly the inscription aloud. Polly nursed her cheek against his in a tender gesture. A soft, happy squawk and a chuckle shared. The empty chest sat as a reminder. Dolphins nudged them out, playful and true. The Claymore waited for their return. They set sail for Sonata Sands to celebrate. At sunset, the pink sand glowed brighter. The crabs played a gentle night song. A small feast began, clay bananas, coconuts, and fish. As stars popped out, the mirror reflected the happy scene. Polly dozed on his shoulder, their greatest treasure of all. In the morning, the world felt quiet and full of memories. They laughed about their adventures. The empty chest sat, no longer a need. They sailed back home, hearts full. The crabs played their goodbyes. Dolphins guided them part of the way. The Claymore glided home, skies warm. He held the mirror, a reminder of what mattered most. The best adventures are not about destination, but who you share them with. And in the quiet clay world, that was the greatest treasure. The riddles, the laughs, the friends made, all treasures. The end. May your own treasures be friendships and joy.